You've got Benghazi, IRS, HHS, DOJ. If you read some of the articles on this, it almost sounds like there's a siege going on. Is there a siege mentality back there in the West Wing right now?
No, was basically the answer. Joining me now, Fox News senior political analyst Brit Hume. What an afternoon, Brit. What an afternoon. I mean, yeah, what do you make of it?
Well, the White House briefing is not a particularly good place to gather information, but it's a good place to judge the media atmosphere, and the media atmosphere in Washington today is a lot different than it's been for years. And you can see that in the questions, even that slightly silly question by my old friend Chip Reed. Obviously, the answer is going to be no. Isn't Carney going to say yet?
Yes, we're really feeling that, Chip.
We're
Thank
feeling
you.
the heat. We're utterly paralyzed. We have no idea what to say. My job is to come out here today and repeat the word unfettered as often as possible. And when I can't think of unfettered, I will say inappropriate, which is basically what he did all day. But this is something new, and this administration has not had to deal with this kind of a firestorm. And I think, you know, it shows you what can happen. And this isn't over yet. On any count, all three of these stories have information yet to be gleaned and determined and extracted in hearings and all the kinds of public shows that can rivet this town from time to time. And there are times when the critical mass is reached, when even a Democratic president so generally popular with the media as this one is, can be caught up in it, as President Obama now is.
I mean, between Friday's presser and the one we just watched, I'm looking out the window expecting to see pigs fly. I mean, it really is like, oh, what's happened? Who are these reporters who have shown up here? You know, for the first 4.5 years of the presidency, Fox News has been the one asking tough questions and being skeptical of this president. And now, in the wake of cold, hard evidence that actually we may have been misled about some very important things, it's like they suddenly woke up and said, you know, oh, wait, we have an obligation to the American people to ask hard questions.
Well, exactly. Well, you'll notice today, though, and possibly it's largely because it was the newest story, this business that came out yesterday about the Associated Press having had its phones monitored in innumerable phones and presumably innumerable phone calls, though I don't think there's any wiretapping, was the focus of so much of the question. I would actually say, Megyn, just for what it's worth, that story may well be that it's the least likely to affect the president and the White House, because it is true, as Jay Carney said, that a president has an obligation to investigate national security leaks, which can be quite serious and quite a detriment to operations designed to keep the country safe, which is not to say that proper procedures and safeguards were observed in this case, as apparently they were not. But that's not the same as these other two matters. And the reason is, and the difference is this: what happened with the Benghazi talking points, which has been the subject of so much discussion in recent days, and what happened with the IRS monitoring these conservatives or conservative-leaning groups, those actions dovetailed with the administration's political interests. It's not at all clear that this business with the AP particularly dovetailed with any administration's political interest.
Right. Well, but you never know, because the selective prosecution of leaks and investigation of leaks under this administration has been much more focused on the leaks that don't necessarily reflect well on the Obama administration, as opposed to the ones that do. But I see your point. I want to ask you about Benghazi.